All right, everyone. Welcome to the Digital Marketing Masterclass, our second edition of our live Q&A. Diego and
Welcome,
I are
guys.
super excited to have you here. Welcome everyone who's in the chat right now. I see that there's like about 7 people or so. Let me turn off my audio so we're not getting any echo. But yeah, hey guys, welcome to the Q&A. Let us know who is here so we can see. We only see the numbers, and unless you give us a little chat, we don't know who's there. So we see Jay Learning Studios and Adam. Adam, what's up? Thanks for being a great student. Diego, how's it going?
Oh, I was mute. I am great. Happy to be here. Thank you, guys, that you are live. If you are watching this recording, thank you very much for watching the recording. And I am excited. I'm happy to have this contact with students and feel. I know that he feels the same. So thank you very much for being here, and we have a great session ahead. So we will learn stuff. We will talk about your plans and your doubts and all that.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. So get your questions ready. There weren't any questions posted on the announcement, so we'll be ready to answer any of your questions in just a minute. But just some housekeeping. We are doing the second live Q&A because last week it did really well. We thought it would be great to do another one, and I don't know, we'll see how often we're going to do this. Might do a couple more this month. We'll see what's going on. But as you saw in the announcement, if you saw the announcement, we've already been adding some new lectures to the course. We added a Google Analytics section. So that's just sort of a primer on how you can use Google Analytics as a beginner to improve your website. And then I also added a TubeBuddy tutorial, which is at the end of the YouTube section. So Suresh was asking, one of our students was asking about that. And so it didn't really call for an entire section on its own. So I added just a longer tutorial on TubeBuddy, which is an extension that can sort of optimize and make everything a lot more efficient on YouTube. And I talk about it a little bit throughout the YouTube section. So you'll know what I'm talking about if you've watched that section. And then one more thing before we get to the questions is just thank you again for the reviews. These are super helpful. Yes. You know, Diego and I, this is really the only way we can see after we launch a course if it's really doing well or not. And of course, our goal is to make it a 5-star course for everyone. Anything above 4.5 stars average is like really good in general on Udemy. So we're excited that a lot of people do think it's a 5-star course. And we're also, I've been able to, if you have left a review that's under 5 stars, I usually send you a message asking for some more feedback. And a couple people have responded, asked for other tutorials, and that kind of stuff really helps us make this the best course out there on digital marketing. So I'm just going to run through the names one more time. I'll do this really quickly, but I do want to shout out all the people who have left a review so far that the reviews have been processed by Udemy. So Jacob, Ted, Brandon, Terrell, Jeremy, Tom, Junil, Rick, John, Kilendra, Sequencia, Evelyn, Micah, Christine, Brandon, Augustin, Agasilaus, Lawrence, Silvio, Taiwei, Guy, Katrina, Pretty, Pepe, Pat, Dina, Paula, Vinicius, Dubois, Samer, Catherine, Anna, Deepak, Brian, Prentice, Rob, Adam, Sean, Soren, Philip, Steven, Darlene, Justin, and Juan. Thank you so much. Wow. Those are all the people that left a review, not just the 5-star reviews, but everyone. We appreciate it all. So if you haven't left a review yet, please do that. Even during this call, just go over to the course page and leave us a review. We really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you very much, guys, to everybody that left the review. And your review is important, as Phil said, because our goal is to help you and help entrepreneurs all over the world. And the best way to do that is to reach them, to put this course in front of them. And your review helps the course to grow and to reach all these other entrepreneurs that are waiting for these strategies in order to grow their marketing and all the wonderful things that we talk about in the course. So thank you very, very much.
Yeah, totally. So, let us know what your questions are. We've got a few people watching right now. We can go over some of the Q&A discussions that were posted. We've answered some of those, but if you have any questions right now, post them in the live chat on the YouTube page. We'll get to them. Until then, Diego, maybe you can just chat about what you've been doing this week in terms of your own digital marketing for your own business. That might help people. I feel like people like hearing, what we're doing on a day-to-day basis. So is there anything you've been working on?
Yes, that's a great question. And I am working in several projects, and that's one problem we entrepreneurs have all the time, because we have like several ideas and we don't know what step to take next. So this week I was working specifically in a project to improve and optimize my email sequence. So that means when somebody goes to my website, they enter their name and email, and I offer there a free WordPress course that I have for my students. The follow-up after they enter the email, they go through the course, and I establish that relationship that we talk about here on the Digital Marketing Masterclass, which is super important. So I was improving basically this process, the after opt-in process. What's the follow-up email? How many days I wait until I send the next email? I'm adding more steps on the way. And see, basically that, guys, is a non-stop work that we need to do in order to improve our business and the marketing strategy that we have in our own life, on our own business, to help more people and reach more and more people, right?
Nice. Yeah.
How about you, Phil?
I've been doing a lot of small updates to my website, redesigns, making it easier to get from one place to the next, actually using Google Analytics. In the new section that I added a lecture on you can see your on-page analytics with this Google Chrome extension. So you can actually see where people are clicking on. And then through Google Analytics, you can see the user flow. So you can see, okay, when people come to my home page, what do they do after that? And you can see, okay, 20% go to my blog, 15% go to my Start Here page, that kind of thing. And so if your goal is to get someone from your homepage to a specific product, or to your products page, or to your blog or whatever, you can use sort of just design tweaks to move things around to make sure there's an option for people to click on the button. I look at a lot of my old blog articles. They have a really high bounce rate. That means people are coming to that blog article and then they're leaving my website after visiting that blog article. And we want people to stay on our websites. So I look at some of those old articles, and the reason there's a high bounce rate is I don't really have an option for them to do anything after that. I don't have, related blog articles. I don't have links within the blog article to other things that they might be interested in. So I've been going through kind of updating that. The next kind of big project I'm working on, maybe today or tomorrow, is coming up with a better template for my own newsletter. So we teach about, email marketing is so important, but we can all improve. And that's something that I can improve on right now, is actually having a solid weekly newsletter that I send out. And one of the ways I want to do that is coming up with a template. So I'm not always struggling to figure out what to write about every week to make it more efficient. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm working on right now. Posted a couple of tutorials on YouTube this week too.
Nice, that's good. And for you guys that are here on the live call and in the course, because everybody that is watching this is already a student, check out that model about Google Analytics. Because if you don't have it on your website, maybe you don't need to understand it completely right now, but what you want to do right now, today, after this call, is to go there, watch that, and install the code on your website. Why? Simply because even if you don't explore that right now, you install the code and Google starts collecting your visitors' information. Where are they coming from? The sources of the traffic, where are they clicking, and all that Phil teach us on that model. So go now after the call and check that lecture and install the code on your website. So Google will start capturing this information for you, which is very, very important.
Yeah, and it's not hard, especially if you're using WordPress. There's plugins that you can easily use to connect Google Analytics with your website. So
how long it will take then to install, Phil? Do you think? From watching the lecture to downloading the plugin and install Analytics?
10-15 minutes tops.
Nice. Wow, that's amazing.
And then you just have to wait and see, if people are on your site. You can see live stats too, which is really fun. It's really low when you're getting started. There might not be someone on your website at all times, but it's fun now. I go to analytics and then I see, oh yeah, there's like 8 people on my site right now, and they're on this page or that page. And so that's pretty cool. It's crazy. Google taking over the world. They know everything. Okay, we got a question from Adam, which I'll tackle first, and because I have a little bit of experience, but I think, Diego, you can talk about this too if you have any thoughts. But Adam asks or says the hardest part about his freelance work from before doing writing, videography, editing was finding clients. And so he was asking if we have suggestions for finding clients. So I have 2 sort of strategies for this, because this is what I still do sometimes. My online business has kind of taken over my video production, videography side. But okay, I have 2 kind of routes for finding clients. One is if you're starting yourself and you want your own business. And I did this as a freelancer with editing, but I also started my wedding videography business. Wedding videography was a little different, and the best thing for that was word of mouth. Especially if you're in the age that we were at the time. I had a lot of friends that were starting to get married and coworkers. And so it's like, as soon as someone knew that I did wedding videography, it was all word of mouth marketing. So if you haven't, announced to the world, announced to your friends and families that this is what you do that, because you never know when someone is going to have a friend or a coworker who needs those skills. The other thing is that I found, and I actually moved from Southern California to Northern California, and I didn't have a full-time job. And so I was brand new to Berkeley, California. What I did was I just sent out messages to all of the local businesses that I thought were interested or interesting. And I said, hey, like, I'm a videographer, I'm moving up. And I actually offered my services for free to make a little video about their business. And the idea was to make a couple videos for businesses in the local area to put on my resume, and also to start building up that sort of word of mouth, because once I made those videos, there were other businesses that saw those and were interested. And so I think local businesses are always in need of help, cheap help, people who are starting out. Local businesses don't necessarily have a huge budget, and you'll see that. You go to their websites, you go to their social media pages, and you'll see that it's just not that high quality. Usually they're trying to do it themselves. Maybe they're in this class trying to do themselves, which is great. But if you're just getting started out, I think local businesses are the first place to start. And that literally means not only sending them an email, but walking in the door and just asking if you could talk to an owner and saying, hey, like, this is what I do. I make short video intros, business videos for clients. And this is what I've done in the past. And I think this would help you out. So I think that's one of the best things, is finding local businesses. This, though, whether it's word of mouth or local business, is a lot of work, because you're going to have to you're going to spend half your time searching for business and the other half doing your actual work. And it's just a constant thing. And that's why freelancing is so hard. So I think a better strategy for being a freelancer in whatever field you're in is to actually hook up with other smaller like businesses in your field. So what I mean for me was my specialty is video editing. And so out of school, I stayed in contact with all of my friends, and I made new contacts with people who were in my field. And there were friends that started their own companies, and they were specializing in cinematography and directing. And so whenever they needed editing help, they called on me. And as they grew their business, they got more and more work. They kept calling on me to do work with them. So it became more consistent. And I wasn't out there having to try to find work myself. They, they knew that I did editing. And so they did the work of finding all the clients. And so I think that's a better strategy, is finding, even if it's not a small business, some larger businesses are working with freelancers more often now. So find larger businesses that have a higher budget and do more consistent work, because as a freelancer, you're going to get burnt out if you're going to have to find work yourself all the time. And then the last thing I'll mention too, which is a good strategy, is go on LinkedIn. This is another thing I did when I went to Berkeley. I moved there. I searched for video editors in Berkeley. And this is a totally true story. I found 5 people who were video editors in the area. I sent them all a message saying, hey, I'm new to the area. I'm a video editor. Let me know if you need any help. And I think I saw on LinkedIn that they were working for companies. 3 of them responded. One was from Apple. One was from another ad agency that did work with Google. And then I forget what the other one was. But 3 responded. I ended up going to 2 sort of interviews because they were looking for freelance work, but they wanted to interview me. And then I ended up getting some frequent work with one of those companies. And that was just from 5 messages that I sent out. So LinkedIn can be a very powerful place. And these companies, even if they're not putting out job postings asking for work, you never know. They might want extra work, or, you know, when you reach out to them yourself, they might realize, yeah, actually, I do want some extra help doing X, Y, or Z. So you taking the initiative is a good thing, but make sure you have that portfolio, because that was really important. When I did go to those interviews, they wanted to see what I had done before. Actually, okay, so one more thing. I keep thinking of all these strategies that I've done. Another thing that I did was when I moved to Berkeley, I went to local meetups for business owners. And I went to one in Oakland, and there were lots of business owners there. And I was a video creator, and I, introduced myself when I went there. And I went to one meeting, and after that meeting, someone came up to me and was like, hey, like, I'm starting my business. I need a video done. And so it was like a little thing like that, just like going to local meetups, putting yourself out there. That is what helped out. So,
wow, yeah. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing all that, man. That's good.
I just started thinking about all the things I used to do when I was a freelancer.
We can do a call just about that, about how to find clients and what we did.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking here that also helps, guys, is the best way to find more people is to create content and add value to the world. I mean, to your target audience. But you need to have an instructor, and that's why we have the course. Because if you keep creating, let's say you create YouTube videos and you just put the videos on YouTube, that's great. It's one channel, but we need to use in a smart way all the digital marketing tools that we have today. So if you first, let's see here, Adam asked the question, yeah. So Adam, if you have your website, number one, the website is ready, is in place. You have a blog on the website, so you create articles, you do videos, and these videos you host it on YouTube, and you also create a blog on your website about that with the video, with text also, optimizing all that. So you have a YouTube channel, you have your video, you have a Facebook page in that order. And with these 3 elements, this is super powerful to start reaching people, reaching your target audience without paying for ads initially. And people will start knowing you, knowing your business, knowing your company and your products, your services. So that's great. And at the end, the last strategy, when you are ready, you can start investing on Facebook ads. So you will reach exactly the people that are ready to buy your products, right? Let me share with you a really quick an experience that I had with my sister-in-law. She's an acupuncturist on Brazil. I am from Brazil, by the way. So you notice that my English is a little bit, sometimes I get excited and I start speaking Spanish, Portuguese, and all mixed. So she's an acupuncturist in Brazil, and she was struggling to find new patients, right? She's a great acupuncturist. She have her clinic and all that. So she called me one day and say, okay, I need a website in order to reach more people, maybe to put out what I have. And we have a session when we talk about creating videos, maybe YouTube videos, talking about the benefits of acupuncture and how it can help their clients, right, their patients. So we did the website. We did very basic SEO optimization, just using free plugins that you can find online. Also, we did something very important, which is we registered her business on Google Maps. So when people search on Google, let's say the city where she lives is called Florianopolis. It's difficult to pronounce, but it's a great place on Brazil. It's an island with 42 beaches around. Great place. So when you go to Google and you search acupunturista, which is in Portuguese, in Florianopolis, she comes first. Her business comes first. You know, the website comes first. So right now, 2 years later, after we did simple stuff, we didn't create any videos or anything, just the website with some SEO optimization. Today, she's getting all the clients, 100% of the clients by the website. So she gets email, calls, and people say, oh, I found you on Google and I want to schedule an appointment with you. So basically her business, on this case, this is a proof case where just having a website, an optimized website with registering your business on, see if you have a local business, especially registering that on Google, the possibilities are endless, guys, especially if your website ranks very high on the search.
I love that. And so you said that's mostly because she was creating other content related to acupuncturists in that area?
She had no online presence field. She had no website, no YouTube channel, nothing. And the only thing we did is the first step that we are suggesting here, which is the website and registering the website on Google Business. So Google Maps can find exactly the location, right? To do that, basically you go to, I think it's business.google.com. I can confirm that on the website. And you register your company there, and Google will send you a mail to the address that you said is your business. So when you receive the mail, you will have a code inside the mail. You open that, you go to certain specific website, you enter the code, and by doing that, Google confirms that you have a real business and the address is your address. So at that time, Google will start showing on Google Maps your location. So that's very, very powerful.
Nice. That's pretty good. I like that. It's not too hard either. So that's great. Awesome. So I see we have 8 people watching. We got 2 people chatting with us, Rick and Adam. Thanks for your questions. We're going to get to Rick's question in just a second. But if anyone else is here, first say what's up in the chat. Let us know who is listening. We can't see who's watching unless you let us know in the chat. And yeah, if you have any questions, please post them. So the next question is from Rick from J Learning Studios, and he says, my target clients have very fragmented locations. Does this mean I need to depend more on organic growth and good SEO aside from email growth? And my target is people interested in starting their own small business, especially in Canada. Sonia, what's up? Erica, thank you for chatting. Please let us know if you have any questions. Okay, cool. So for Rick's question, maybe Rick can just answer a couple questions for me. I'm wondering what does your actual business do? How are you helping? Because this could, if your client is all over the place, it's going to be hard for you to start a business where, you're going in one-on-one with that business, you're basing your business on client meetings with them. But if you're creating online content, then it doesn't really matter if your audience is fragmented. I mean, that's the beauty of the modern world, is that we can start businesses and help people, from Canada to Australia. So, I think the first thing is to start putting out content. Content marketing is huge, and that's a huge part of our course. And that's all going to go back and drive people to your email list. And so I think that's just as important for a business with an audience all over the place as one that's, local. But I don't know, Diego, do you have any advice for Rick for dealing with clients that are all over the place? And Rick, please answer if you can. Okay, so you said it's online content, so that's great.
Online content, yeah, exactly what you said, Phil. With online content, Rick, we have the great advantage that we have no barriers. The only thing that if I look to your question here, maybe if you are planning to run ads, let's say Facebook ads, Google ads, or any kind of ads where you need to define a specific location for your audience, and you have audience in different specific cities, let's say. On that case, my suggestion would be to create separate ads if you want to test really well which location performs better. Or you can add all the locations. Let's say you have clients on New York, Vancouver, Canada, and Toronto. You can add the 3 cities. So your ads will show only to people in these specific locations. But if you want to test, you can separate. Other than that, as Phil said, if you have online content, Rick, you are in the right place first, because we have amazing content for you. And I think you are doing the right steps, because you are watching this, you will be applying the strategies, and you probably are already applying the strategies. I see you have your website, the email list, and everything. So
yeah, I think it also, if you have to decide, is your target audience going to be Canadian businesses? And it probably will, because if you specialize in that, I'm sure Canada has different rules than other countries, maybe even different states and cities in Canada have different rules. So you really do have to make that decision right now, though, when you're launching your business and you're growing your business, who are you targeting? Because that's just going to make it a lot easier. If your online content, if you're creating courses or putting out blog articles or whatever you're putting out, if it doesn't pertain to people in California, for example, then there's no use, trying to get an audience from California. And yeah, maybe someone might be searching for online business and run across your site and sign up for your email list. But I guess what I'm saying is, like, if you're targeting Canadian small businesses, that's the keyword that you're using in all of your content. You're putting that as your YouTube tags, in your titles and your descriptions, throughout your website, in your blog articles, so that Google sees that, so you can grow organically. And then, of course, if you do more paid advertising through all the methods we talk about in the course, you're targeting business owners in Canada. So that's just the decision that you need to make right now. Okay, so Rick follows up, though, says, I meant more that there are a lot of small groups and hang out in a lot of different online places. Oh, I see. So, okay, so this is a good question too for everyone, because in the course we talk about find the place where your target audience is. I think when you're starting out, you got to pick one and sort of dive deep into that area or that one location, rather than spread yourself too thin. It would be great to be on all the social media platforms and forums, but you probably just don't have enough time to do that. If you do, by all means, that's great. But I would suggest finding the place where you think there's the most high quality, high value audience that have the money to pay for your services, and get that audience, target that audience with your content most. And
exactly.
Yeah.
And a great way to do that is going to the different channels and search for something related of what you are creating. So let's say you are helping small business owners. So you go to YouTube and you search specific keywords related to your business, and see if people see the videos that they have there, and see how many views, see if people are asking questions, if they are liking the video, the engagement of the community. And do the same on Facebook, on Instagram, in all the channels. So you will have the tools, Rick, to decide where to go first, because we don't want to go to all the channels at the same time, as we talked in the last call, right? We want to fix on one channel, dominate that, create your content there, your videos, your posts, and everything, and after that, jump to the next one. So that's a very good way to start, actually.
Yeah. So Rick, hopefully that gave you some ideas, or just kind of what we would do if we were in your shoes. Let us know if you have any follow-up questions. We have another question from Sonia, and I just want to welcome a couple more people who popped in the chat. So Mark from Chicago, welcome. And then also Sonia and Erica, welcome here as well. So Sonia asks, any ideas if you create online courses, but they are specific for local students because of the programs? I think this is an opportunity for higher premium courses. Of course, we're on Udemy right now with our course. Udemy is a great place for big courses that are related to, or that a lot of people would be interested in. And they charge $10 to $15 for them, because that's the going rate for an online course for that kind of content. But if you have a very specific type of course, I'd be interested to know what it is, Sonia, if you want to comment and let us know what kind of programs you teach. That would give me a better idea, because, it could be, a specific language class, or it could be I don't know what
specific
it could be.
city, or And I mean, if it's very niche, if it's like a specific city of I know that you are calling from Costa Rica, Sonia, so welcome. Let's say it's a city on Costa Rica that you are teaching them specifically how to do something. On that case, I think that one of the best options, you can go online and create ads and target these people, or you can go and walk out the door and just go to the local business, or go to the educational institutions on your city and tell them that you have a premium course that will help the students to accomplish this, and this. Maybe you can post. I mean, I am not believing that I'm telling you that, but maybe you can buy an ad on the local newspaper. But yeah, any strategies to go locally, if you have like a very specific niche on your city, you can do it.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, you have that opportunity to charge higher, a premium price for that type of course. Of course, it depends on kind of what the topic is, what people are paying for this kind of course in your local area already. But you could try with Udemy. It could be a great place to just host the content. You could also opt out of the Udemy promotions, which means that they're not going to sell your course for discounted, and you can charge whatever, and you can basically use Udemy just as a place to host it. You could keep it private, or you could use a tool like Teachable or Thinkific that allow you to charge whatever you want. So Sonia says K-12. So I'm guessing that means just like standard classes that, you learn in elementary school, high school. So yeah, I think, I think I would just test it out. Trying to think if you have any more specific. I don't know what K-12 necessarily means. That could be science classes, math classes. It could be tutoring opportunities.
And also, Sonia, let us know why you are thinking it's only for local students, because I mean, you can try to plan your content and your course in order to reach all the Spanish-speaking students, for example. Because I mean, if they are learning something, you can something specific in Spanish, you can teach them that. So if you can reply here, Sonia, and tell us why. Thank you. Okay. Why do you think it's only for local students? And if you have the chance, let us know if you think you have the chance to expand to a broader audience.
Yeah, definitely. I think it could, even throughout Costa Rica, if all your classes are, geared towards some, I don't know what the Costa Rican, education is like, or what the standards are, but I think you can open yourself up to a bigger audience. So cool. Thanks for the question. If you have any follow-up ones, please let me know. We got another question from Erica Dawn Interiors. Erica, thanks for the message earlier. I hope I answered your question about the backdrop. She has a question about her interior design business. She says she has a lot of clients already for her design business, but right now I'm trying to grow my online student base, trying to figure out the best way to do this. You have website, YouTube channel, and business accounts on Instagram and Facebook. Cool. So I'm going to do some stalking of your YouTube channel and Facebook account just to see what you're doing right now. I mean, you might be doing this already, but right off the bat, I'm thinking interior design is super visual. So Instagram's great. I would definitely check out Pinterest. Pinterest seems to be where a lot of people in your target audience would be hanging out. So if you don't have a Pinterest account, I would definitely start a Pinterest account. We have a section on that in the course. Even for me, Pinterest has been doing pretty well. And all it takes is, signing up for an account, setting up a couple Pinterest boards, pinning a bunch of your best content. And I get people repinning some of my content semi-frequently. So, and then you also have classes, I know, which is what you do. You teach sort of interior design. And so I'm assuming, but I don't know, I have to stalk you a little bit more on YouTube, but teaching on YouTube is the best way to get new students to find your classes. So teaching, interior design skills, all the basics, you have your classes on colors and the different styles. So definitely putting out free content on there. Diego, you have any ideas while I check out Erica's stuff?
Erica, thank you for your question. I am here on your YouTube channel. Looks great. So you have a great image on the banner image is great. Maybe you can add your website there, or you can add a phrase that reach your audience heart, so they see the image, which is looking great right now, and they read what you have to say here. Maybe give them a call to action. Hey, subscribe to the channel, or go to my website. This is the link, or something like that. I see also that you have the description of your channel and on the channel homepage. And I see that you have your Udemy link there. Excellent. And you can add also one thing that you can add like right now, Erica, is on when you are on your homepage on YouTube, on your YouTube channel homepage, and you have the top banner, on the bottom right-hand side, you can add links on there. So you can add links to your Facebook page, to your Udemy page, to your Udemy profile, to your website and all that. Even if you want to go a little bit more optimized, you can add a link to a landing page where you are offering something for free and you collect their name and email. That's happening on the bottom right-hand side of the YouTube banner.
One thing also, that I noticed really quickly was, Erica, on your Udemy profile, the link to your Facebook page doesn't work. And I don't know how many people actually go from look at your Udemy profile, but I know I look at a lot of other instructors' profiles, and I use those links to people's websites and Facebook pages a lot. And in fact, when someone searches your name, Erica Fogelman, in Google, the Udemy profile is the very first thing that pops up, because Udemy has so much weight in SEO right now. But when someone goes to that link, they're going to see your classes, and then they see those links to your Facebook page and your website, but the Facebook link doesn't work. So that's a quick fix. And then add your YouTube channel, and you can add a couple other things to your Twitter. If you have Twitter, I forget what else Udemy allows, but definitely update those two things as well.
And if you have a Facebook, excuse me, if you have a Facebook page or any community, maybe on Pinterest, on Instagram, when you promote your YouTube channel, we talked about this on the last call also, Erica. You can add at the end of your channel URL a specific code, that when they click on that, they will be forwarded to the YouTube channel homepage with a pop-up just asking them to subscribe to your channel. So the only action they have when they click on the link is your channel on the back, a pop-up saying, hey, subscribe. And I mean, they can close or click subscribe. And if they already know you, if they want to receive more information about you, all the content that you are creating, of course, they will subscribe. And that's a great call to action that for me personally is working very, very well. And it's simply just, I mean, we can do it for free, just adding specific code at the end.
Yeah. And then, and that's right in the course. We have a lecture on that. I think the biggest thing that I'm realizing with you is that you have your interior design business, which your website is geared towards that, but your online teaching, that site is not really geared towards your online training. And I think it actually is better in this case to keep them separate, because the clients and your target audience for your actual design business is going to be different than people who want to learn that kind of stuff. Some might cross over, but I think it's mostly separate. And so I think you need to actually have a website that's geared towards your online learning, so that you can do things like write blog articles related to people learning these skills. You can come up with a lead magnet, because I see that, I don't know if you're growing your email list much or at all, but I don't see like an option for signing up for your email list on your website, at least on the homepage. And so I see ericafogelman.com is available if you want to start a brand based off of your name, maybe starting that sort of website, or you could, get a website more like learninteriordesign.com, which I'm sure isn't available. But it's kind of like all the basics, just having it set up. So like, we're talking about all these things that I know I don't want to overwhelm you, but have a website that directs people back to your courses. On that website, make sure there's an option for people to sign up for your email list. Have a lead magnet, some sort of, write a 25-page ebook or something that teaches skills related to one of your classes, or even just turn one of your classes, like your How to Design a Room in 10 Easy Steps class, just turn that into a quick little ebook or something, and have that as your lead magnet to get people on your email list. And then just stick with it. You've been putting out content on YouTube for, looks like a while now, like a year, but try to be a little bit more consistent. You can make shorter videos. I see your videos. I haven't watched any of them, but the videos are like 14, 15 minutes, 10, 13. I see you have a couple shorter ones too, which are your course overviews, but putting out like even just like 1-minute videos or 30-minute videos on like, I don't know, like a cool style like that you can kind of, I see your Facebook, you're doing a lot of Facebook posts, which is great. But maybe turning those kind of into little short 30-second videos on, hey, check out this cool style. This is what you can do. Yes. I mean, there's like a lot. I would love to like just start this business. Start over.
Yeah, because also YouTube algorithm likes when we are consistent. So if you are creating videos consistently, it doesn't matter how long the video is, or just put the videos, upload the videos every week, every other day, and your audience will start expecting for you to post this video. The people will start subscribing. They will be notified every time you upload. So it's a lot of work. We know that. Even we are failing sometimes to post regularly on YouTube. Yeah, but it's worth it. People, we have clients, we have friends that are doing that. We saw one of them on Udemy Live last month, and they are having great results. Some people are posting every day on YouTube. So some people are doing once a week or 2 or 3 times a week. That depends on you, but it's a great strategy also.
Yeah, so be consistent. And then another idea, just throwing one more out there, is a free course. It's a great way to grow your audience faster. You could put it on Udemy, maybe just, something pretty short, 30 minutes or less. Just something like pretty basic that someone who wants to get into interior design, it's like the first thing that you need to learn. And so putting out like a free course, and you can even on Udemy use that bonus lecture, which is the last lecture, to drive people to your email opt-in. So this is what I would do. I would create that ebook, like I said, on your website, and then I would create a 30-minute free course. And at the end of that free course, have that bonus lecture and say, hey, like if you want my 25-page ebook or whatever it is, go here and sign up. And that's allowed within Udemy. And I actually interviewed someone, this guy, Mike Wheeler, who teaches Salesforce courses for my podcast. And he is doing that strategy. And when he started out, he got, I think like in a month or so, he got 200 people from his free course on Udemy to sign up for his email list. And that is just automatically people who are interested. And then he launched his paid course and he did pretty well. The other thing is you could put this free course on something like Teachable or Thinkific, and it's free to get started. So you can just do that. And you're going to have to do the promotion yourself. There's not as much traffic as you would find on Udemy organically. But if you're promoting it on social media and YouTube, you might get some traffic for a free course, and you automatically get all of their email addresses, rather than on Udemy where you have to like get someone to go all the way through the bonus lectures. So a free course is another thing that I would do. So lots of work, and it sounds like you're busy anyways with your regular business. So hopefully, I hope all these ideas kind of help you and not scare you off. Cool. I think there was another question that popped up. Let me find that. Thanks everyone for watching. We got 10 people. Everyone, welcome. We really appreciate it. Let us know if this is helpful to you guys. and girls. Okay, Adam asked another question. In terms of content I create, I always have ideas larger than what I can create, i.e. large casts, expensive locations. Do you have any tips for dealing with scaling it down for the time being? That's a good question. I think that's just like a good challenge that you have to do yourself. And what's worked for me has always been just putting out content. And so as a video creator, what's worked for me was taking my camera out with me on a camping trip or on my vacations, or literally just going for a walk and challenging myself to make a video today with my own equipment and do it in the next day and put it out. And it's great. You know, there's the two routes of filmmaking, and I know I'm just not that route of big cast Hollywood style productions. And so I don't have that much advice for going that route. But I still think if you want to go that route and you're just getting started out, you need to build that portfolio yourself. And so challenging yourself to, you know, learn the skills will benefit you when you do those bigger productions later on. Because I know as a filmmaker, and from my friends who are in that industry too, like the people who never filmed themselves, the people who never edited their films themselves, they struggle when it comes to those bigger projects. And so knowing, you know, how to edit, knowing how it works, knowing how the actually filming works, knowing how to work with actors and to interview people for a documentary, these are all skills that you can learn on your own by just working on projects. So, I mean, I think you're asking for sort of tips for scaling down. I think it really is just like a challenge. You have to challenge yourself and you just have to do it. You just have to put together a video today or this weekend and start putting out that content online. The people that I know who are most successful in the video industry out of all of my friends who went to film school with me are the ones that were working on projects on their own. And I know for some of my biggest successes has been just working on projects on my own. I know I've announced it in a bunch of my classes and talked about it a lot, but I did this passion project short documentary this past year, and it's been my most successful project. We shot it in a day though. It was with my two friends who had all the gear because they started their production company and they have cameras, so we didn't have to rent anything. We shot it in a single day. I edited it over a few weeks. I had a friend do music for it, and it's gotten into 6-7 film festivals so far.
Nice.
So that was just sort of like a passion project that, you know, it just took doing. Okay, Adam says, follows up. That's mostly what I did. Created usually GoPro travel videos and activity-based stuff in order to actually get content out. But I usually even try to turn those into 5-episode series with graphics in the works.
Yeah.
I don't know, Adam. Sounds like you have these big ideas.
And also, Adam, this is more like a personal thing, right? For me, I will recommend you to not look always for perfection. You know, me personally, I always want everything I do to be perfect, the perfect graphics. When I am creating a course, for example, the background. Last month we traveled to Yosemite. I was planning to, with my wife, I was planning to record some lectures in Yosemite, and my wife said, "No, you won't work here. You know, we need to do hiking. We need to do another stuff." So basically, what Phil says, I think is great. Consistency. Just put content out. Create the value. I mean, you can create a film, for example, that have a great value, a great message for your audience, and people really like it with the tools that you have right now. So everything depends on you. I am not a specialist. I mean, I don't know much about the movie industry or anything like that, but there is the YouTuber Casey Neistat. He have like millions of subscribers on YouTube now, and he just do the whole blog with a Canon camera, you know, a selfie stick and a microphone. And the way he said that the way that he creates the story, the vlog, is the way that captivates people, and people are coming back all the time for more and more. I don't know if that's a good example, Phil, for what do you think as
well, I think that
professional?
it's a really interesting thing in terms of YouTube today, because Casey, he's amazing. He started out and he had some success in the past off of YouTube, but he really found his success in doing his daily vlog, which he did for like over a year. But he lives such an extraordinary and interesting life in New York that, I can try to do that, but every day it would just be me here in my office with my cat and a couple shots of going back and forth between my cat. Then I eat lunch, then I come back to my desk. So it'd be super boring. But, he lives in New York. He has all these interesting things going on, which makes his life just interesting to watch. And there was this great, let me see if I could find it, Adam. I think this would be really interesting for you to watch. But there was this talk by Caleb Wojcik and this guy from Left Coast Films. They did a talk at the ConvertKit conference last week, and they talk about, the title was, "Is vlogging the worst way to start a YouTube channel?" And I think there are so many people trying to do that right now, but it's hard because not everyone's life is interesting. And especially if you don't have an audience already, no one's going to care about your life. Even if it is, you're traveling a bit, some people might end up finding that. But I think a better way to start your video business or your non-video business, and you're doing videos for that, is by helping people and by sort of, doing more like tutorials, helping people out. But of course that might not be what Adam wants to do with his business. If you want to be a filmmaker, that's a little different. But I'm going to chat this to you, Adam, or in the comments, because I think this will be very interesting for you to watch. Video about vlogging, like an hour, but it's super beneficial.
It's worth it. Nice. Thank you guys for the questions here. Wow.
Yeah,
we're almost at the top of the hour.
Yeah, we'll go for, the next 10 minutes or so. If anyone has other questions, we'll get to them. I'm trying to think if there were any questions in the course that we didn't get to. There weren't any on the announcement, I don't think. Is there anything else, guys, that you guys are interested in the course that we could make it better? If there's things that we haven't talked about in the course, let us know. I know, Diego, you're going on vacation next week. Where are you going?
Yes, I'm going to Berlin and for 3 days. And after that, we are going for a week on Switzerland. It's a city called Lauterbrunnen or something like that. It's like the paradise on earth, they said. I mean, it's the first time I'm going. They have like waterfalls all over the place. It's like a small canyon, and the city is inside the canyon, and you have the mountains. I'm very excited about it.
Wow. Lauterbrunnen?
Lauterbrunnen.
Is that what it is?
Let's see here.
I'm looking at Switzerland. Have you been to Switzerland?
Yeah. Yes.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh, man. I don't know where. Let me look at a map. I love Switzerland. Actually, well, my family's from, not my family, really? But my great-grandpa's from Switzerland. Oh. And that's pretty close to where my family is from. Yeah, if you look at a map, Lauterbrunnen is to the east of Sion, Sion. That's where my great-grandfather's from. You're pretty close to the Matterhorn too, I think.
Let's see here. To the east. What's the name of the city? Sion?
Sion, S-I-O-N.
Nice. Yeah, it's an amazing place. And also we are going to the next city a little bit north, which is Grindelwald.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think people said that it's the capital of hiking or something, that they have like amazing hikings there that you can do. So pretty excited about it.
That's so awesome.
I'll try to ask questions from there, guys, and send you pictures maybe. If you ask me for pictures on the questions, I promise I will post some pictures there. So
yeah. Learn some tricks from the Swiss. They know a lot about efficiency over there.
Yeah.
Cool. So man, that's awesome. I'm jealous. Actually, dude, you're gonna be there next week?
Yes.
Next week my film is playing in a film festival in Switzerland in a couple weeks.
Wow. When exactly? Do you know the date?
I don't know the exact. I think it's in September, so it's a little bit later.
So we're coming back September 10th. So if it's
It's
between
the
these
14th
days,
through 16th. It's in
oh
Lausanne.
man,
It's a little bit further.
okay.
All right, cool. We got people signing off. We're not serving our audience the best that we can. Rick, thanks for watching. We're gonna sign off in a minute too. Let me see if there's any last questions. Let us know. As I mentioned earlier, though, please leave a review for the class if you haven't done so already. These really do help us out. I think Rick has already done that. Adam, I believe you have. Sonia, I don't know if you have yet so far. Sometimes it takes a while for the reviews to get through the Udemy system, but Sonia, we'd appreciate a review. Erica, the same with you if you would like to leave us a review, and everyone else watching right now.
Yes.
We definitely. Are you guys interested in if we do another Q&A session in a couple weeks? I know Diego's gonna be gone for a while, but maybe I can do one next week and just pop in and do a couple questions. Let me know if you would like me to do that. And there's one more final question while you guys answer that question. Erica asks, so talking about free courses, she's heard that fellow Udemy instructors, okay, that these courses are often rated lower than paid courses, and I'm worried that could hurt my brand. Any thoughts on that? Mm-hmm. I think that's a valid thought. I think there is data that shows that free courses typically get a little lower review than paid courses. But to be honest, I think if you put in the same amount of effort and you actually make a really high quality course, that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. And I think that's the way I would go about it. I would, think of it, this is something that will actually grow your business in the long run, and might be something that can grow it faster than anything else you're doing. And so put the effort in to make sure that it's a really great course. I'm doing it myself. If I thought it wasn't valid, and if I thought it was going to hurt my brand and people were going to leave me bad reviews, then I wouldn't put out the free courses. But I'm still doing it. The other thing is, if you put it on a place like Teachable or Thinkific, those reviews, there's not a review system, so people aren't going to see the reviews. So not that that's like, you don't want to just like not put it on Udemy because you're scared. You could put it on both. But if you're really worried about that, try putting it on your own platform with like Teachable or Thinkific.
Yeah, and some instructors, Erica, when they have the free course, the course is approved, they are excited and they want new students. So they get the free course and post in not very optimized groups, like Facebook groups where people are not very interested actually on education. Maybe your target audience is not there. They just want to get free courses, or on a black hat forum or something like that. So if you end up sharing your course in these places, of course, we will have like negative reviews or low reviews. But if you have it organically on Facebook, on Udemy, and people find it organically, if they are looking for like interior design and they type the keyword and your course comes there and they join, they are actually interested on the subject. So on my experience, most of the negative reviews are coming from students that don't have their expectations fulfilled with the course. So they thought they will get something that they are not getting on this specific course. So by having the students that are really interested, maybe you have an email list and you can email these guys with the link, and that's great. The big advantage that Phil said about Teachable and Thinkific, for example, is that if you post your free course there, automatically you are building your email list, because everybody that enrolls for free, that can be also used as a landing page, lead magnet. So you offer, hey, get my free course, and you don't even need to ask for their name and email. You just drive them to Teachable, and Teachable will say, hey, enroll for free, and they will enter their information, and you already have the information after that. So I think that's amazing.
Yeah, totally. I was going to say something else. I forget what I was going to say. Oh, just a reminder for people watching right now, I'm going to link to all of these live Q&As in the last section of the course, so you can get the replays. So in section 25 of the course, you'll get the replays of this if you want to watch. So keep that in mind. I see a lot of people saying that they're interested in the live session. So sounds like something we'll do for a little while, as long as it's helpful for people.
Yes.
Just especially to get started. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, there was one question in the course, Diego. I don't know if we should answer it here and we could link to this for that person, or we can answer it. But it was about, it was from Haroon in the class. Did you see that question? It's in the Q&A tab about recommending professional services that help with Amazon FBA businesses.
Rahum. Yeah, I saw that question. Honestly, I work as an Amazon seller in the past. So I was importing products from China and selling on Amazon as Amazon FBA. But I did it all myself. I never hired, because I didn't have the money at that time. So I never had the chance to hire a third-party company or even a VA or somebody to help me to automate all this process. So honestly, right now, I don't know. I have no company to recommend you, but I have friends that they do Amazon FBA, so I can speak with them and recommend you that on the course.
Yeah, and I was just thinking, I know Rob Cubbin, he does some Amazon FBA stuff. So
yes,
he has a blog article that I'll link to for Haroon. And they might have more info there. Cool. Awesome. Well, everyone, thank you so much for being here. Diego,
thank you guys.
Thanks for being here. We appreciate everyone. It looks like we got a few more reviews pop in. So thank you everyone who's leaving the reviews. Really appreciate that. Our goal is to get first 100 and then 10,000, because that's what the other digital marketing class has that we're competing with. They have 10,000 reviews. So it's going to take a little while to get there.
How many we have right now? 44?
I think we got 48 right now.
48. Excellent. So please review, guys. We need 10,000 reviews.
Yeah.
We are getting there.
Hey, well, we'll do everything it takes to get there. So thanks, everyone. We'll let you know when the next live stream is. It might be next week. It might be the following week, depending on our schedules and stuff. But Diego, have a great trip, and we'll see you after that.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, guys.
Bye, everyone. Leave your questions in the class Q&A section if you have any more. Bye.